So, how do you move on from someone who you still love? Now, I know that if you're watching this video, you're going through a tremendously difficult time. So, my heart goes out to you. I know how it feels. This is a difficult time, but also at the same time, this can be the most empowering time for you as well. So, if you're someone who just separated from your partner, maybe you're married, you're getting a divorce, or you just broke off a long-term committed relationship, then make sure you listen up, because in this video, I will be explaining exactly what happens to our brains when we lose someone we love in terms of a breakup, so that you don't feel alone, so that you don't think you're crazy, and instead you'll find comfort and ease during this difficult time, and know that this too shall pass. And once you can understand what really is truly going on in your brain, you now get to have a choice as to what to do next. And in this video at the very end, I will be giving you one very, very powerful tip that you can use right now to help you to move on from someone who you still love. As humans, we walk through two worlds. What does this mean? This means that we have two worlds that we go by, the one in our minds. So this virtual map that's just in our minds, and at the same time, the actual map that is happening in real life, in reality. And so, of course, there is a difference between the two, right? The virtual map that is stored in our brains is built up of all the experiences that we've had in the past, and our brain stores this so that it becomes efficient, right? We are highly intelligent human beings. So having this map with all the probability and all the predictions helps us manage through life. Imagine waking up in the morning and learning how to walk again. Not good, right? So in our minds, when we are with someone for a long time, whether it be we were married or just a regular long-term relationship, it doesn't really matter. When we have associated that person and have seen that person, and that person became a big part of our lives for a long time, then our brains have built a map inside our minds to let us know and just let you predict that and expect that person to be there. So when you break up, when you separate, when you divorce, your brain goes, what the hell happened? Where is this person? Our brains have tons of built-in neural pathways that have to do with error prediction or error detection. Right. So when the other person is not there, when you've been with them for 365 days, it goes error, error, error. Where is this person now? This person is missing. And that discrepancy between our virtual minds and what is actually happening in reality is what causes that heartbreak, right? It's what causes that feeling of grief. So when you're feeling this way, even if X amount of time has passed, right, a few months have passed, it still takes time for your brain to get used to that discrepancy between the virtual map up here and the actual reality. So that is why we continue to think of that other person, just because of the high likelihood, especially if it's a relationship that lasted for more than a decade, right? A couple decades. You've seen that person every day for that long. So now that you know all of that, how can you use this information to actually help you move on? So as I mentioned, there's two different worlds, right? The virtual map in our minds and the map that is actually going on in reality. Our minds store information based on how much lived experiences we actually have, based on what's actually happening in the reality. So what this means is that whatever input that is happening in our lives now, how we are living our lives right now without that other person, is going to be the new things that it stores. Our brains are going to make new neural pathways based on what we are doing right this present moment. And I'm sure you've heard that one of the best things you can do to move on is to accept, right? Accept that the past is now gone and you're living in the present moment without that person. And that is 100% true. You must first accept your reality for what it is in order for you to move on, right? But it's not always easy, right? Accepting is not always easy because that grief, that feeling of grief is so overwhelming at times. So what is one thing that you can do right now to help you accept, to help you know that you are right here, right now, and what you need to do is move forward? Even though you still love the person right now, what can you do to start living your life? Because this is a new chapter for you and it can be your next best chapter, right? So one of the things that I really, really drill down when working with clients is by being in the present moment. This is a skill set that I help them cultivate. Why? Because when we can turn our attention to what is happening right now instead of the past, then we are able to create those new neural pathways that are conducive to forming a new reality. So our brain gets used to you living your life without that other person. So what does being present mean? It's actually very simple. It doesn't have to be completely complicated. It can be as easy as taking a deep breath. So right now, as you're watching, do it with me. Take a big deep breath in and out. You can sigh it out. You can breathe it out. Do what you need to do. Because when you place your attention on your breath, you are anchoring down, first of all, to your body. And when you're down in your body, you're out here. You're not up here, right? You're not up here. You're down in your body, which helps you ground down. And it reminds you that you are here right now. You are watching this YouTube video and you are no longer living in the past memories and that past relationship with your ex. So when you are able to be present in your body, just notice your body. If you can take a few deep breaths, that is what is anchoring you down. You can even tell yourself that, okay, I'm right here, right now. What is the day of the week? What is the actual date? What is the year? And tell your brain, it's kind of like time stamping, right? This is especially helpful once you start thinking of your ex-partner, to take a deep breath and tell yourself, whatever that memory is, that was, whatever year it happened. But now you are in year, as I'm filming this, 2023, it's 2023. And this is where I'm at today, right now. That not only are you helping yourself ground down into your body and get out of that virtual map in your mind, you are also reminding your mind that is not where we're going, right? We are going right here, right now. And it also then gives you more of a connection with yourself, which is super helpful when you're going through this time, right? So when you're able to just be present, and these are the practices that I help my clients with, right? And I also help them rewire their subconscious so that they let go of whatever it is that they need to let go from the past so that it can focus on the present moment and know and believe that they're okay. Because by being able to be present in the moment, and look around and see that, okay, that person is no longer with me, you're training your brain to look at and focus on the current reality instead of wishing that the past was still here, which we both know isn't possible, right? And when you're able to do this consistently, it's both time and it's both intention. It's time and intention. Obviously, with repetition, the more you're able to be present in the moment, the faster you'll be able to move on, right? The faster you can anchor down and say, it's today, today is the date, we're no longer together. The more you can tell yourself that, the faster your brain will learn, and the faster it'll remind itself moving forward. And it becomes habitualized that you are now single, you are now planning your life without that person. You are now writing your chapter. So be present in the moment, take a deep breath, do the timestamp exercise. And another thing that you want to do is just to look around your environment, anchor down, look around at what you're seeing. You watching this video, what is in front of you, right? Do you have a glass of water? Just focus on that glass of water that is right here, right now. That also helps a lot. So this is my tip for you today. It's very simple. You can do it right now. You can do it multiple times per day. Remember, you are living now, and you get to create the new reality in your mind, in your future. And I know it's challenging, but you can do it one step at a time, one breath at a time. And if you have any questions, make sure you comment below. See you soon.